Namaste, dear being of the universe. I am grateful to connect with you. I am grateful for your existence. On this video, I would like to share with you my recent astral experiences. I would like to start with this one experience that was a little bit different again, because this time I don't think I was in my astral body. I think I didn't have a body at all. I was just pure consciousness traveling. Like, I was able to see and perceive, like, with sight of everything around me, but I don't think I had a form. So, lifting up from my body to the ceiling, I was able to see my body, but I don't think it was my physical body. I think I was able to see my astral body laying on the bed, and I myself flew up through the roof. And during this projection I had one intention, and it was that I want to go up to space. I want to leave the earth. I want to, just go up, up, up. All I thought was, I want to go up, 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 up. And so I did. It just took a little while. Like I've said before, in the astrals, everything happens so fast, so rapidly. Like, if you have a hard time telling, are you in the physical or in the astrals, think of the time, like how long does things take time, because that's how you can easily tell, like everything goes so much more smoothly. So in a few seconds of time, I go up. It's like, and I am in space. I see more stars than I have ever seen. If you look at the night sky, it's like these stars have all these distances and we don't see all stars. Last night I saw so much more, and they were much closer to each other. So I admire them. And then I look at the earth. I go round and round and round the earth. Yeah, it's round. On one of my astral projection videos, someone asked, is the earth round when you astral project, or flat? Well, to me, in last night's experience, it was round, more round than flat, for sure. And the continents, I was able to see the continents. They looked the same as on our map, pretty much. I was able to see, but it was still somewhat dark. Then I thought that I want to go somewhere further, especially now that I didn't have any form. It felt like I was kind of melting into this void. I was in this pure senseless state. I wasn't feeling anything. I just existed. It was a beautiful experience. I'm literally floating in space, and I kind of went further and further and further from the earth in this pure silence. I just felt peace. The purest form of peace you can feel when you are nothing. I was nothing. I was not in any kind of form, and I spent there a little eternity until one thought crossed my mind again, and that was the thought of my body, or the thought of this human, the thought of me having left her somewhere, and I thought that maybe I can go back. because I was already so liberated. I was already so far from all forms of being, because I was being itself, existence itself. I was the center point. It felt so different, because usually in the physical it's like, oh, I connect with my heart, I connect with my center. But in that state, I just was that. There was nothing to be found, nothing to be lost. And after connecting with the intention of returning, I was able to return. Then I would like to share with you an experience I had like a week ago. So I switched, I slip out of my body, and I am in this sparkling dimension where I see prana everywhere. I would say that that's probably the etheric plane. And next to my bed, I see like a light ball, like a very, that's also sparkling. Everything is pretty much sparkling in this dimension. And I thought that that was my angel or guardian angel, because it was right next to my bed. And I realized that in this plane I have seen those before as well. Like I have been in this plane before. Like, it was like so familiar to me, and I felt so insanely blissful, so much love and pure bliss that I have not ever experienced in this physical plane. And like I saw more of these light bulbs, but the one that was big was right next to my bed, and the other light bulbs were like smaller. And then I just looked at myself. I saw myself in the mirror. I look at myself in the eyes, deep in the eyes. And yeah, it was me. It was Tina. I looked the same. My eyes looked quite the same. It was just so tripping because I knew that I wasn't physical. I walked in this room a bit and I felt this pulsating energy. Yes, that I feel in the etheric body. So that's the thing. Like I feel like first often when if I project to this dimension, that's like kind of the closest. There is this etheric energy and pulsation, like every time I move my hands, and it's so, yeah, it's so strong. Yeah, it's like prana everywhere, like nowhere, no empty space. You see energy vibrating everywhere. I just explored a bit in this room. I put my hand to the wall and I was able to touch the wall, but when I tried to push my hand through the wall, yes, I was able to do that as well. And then again I kind of went back into my body and lifted up again, and then I flew to this other room, and now I think I was not exactly in the etheric body anymore. I may have left that and now I was only in my astral body, and I flew up through the roof, and there I was. It looks like a summer night. It looks bright, and I'm flying around these hoods here again, and I'm looking at my house. It looks perfectly like it has looked before in that same plane, and I'm excited. I land on the ground and I start walking and I start running, and the speed that I'm able to run is like mind-blowing, because you're so light, you never ever get tired. It's such a nice form to be in. And then the same point comes again when I feel like I'm not exactly able to move, and that happens often. Like when I go too far, then I'm like not able to move, and then like two spirits appear to me, and at first I see them as like a bit like dark mists, but they are still very positive beings, and they somehow take hold of me, and I'm in kind of this horizontal position, I think, and they take me with them, and eventually we land a bit further, And there I was able to see them, and they were both wearing like these dark cloaks, kind of. They took them over their head, and now I was able to see their faces, and they were both old women. The other one was already going somewhere else, and the other one took me with her, and she showed me some places. One place was like kind of a round walled building, a bit like tower like, and another building behind that. And then this woman said that you can learn about astral life in that place. And she was already going to show me something else, but then I said that I want to learn about astral life. And then she looked at me a bit like, oh, like, how much can I tell you? Like, I can't tell you much. And she was like, okay. And we went there, and I mean, this woman had a very like guardian or guide type of energy to her, and she knew so much. It felt like she knew everything about Tina, everything about this life, and it was just, she knew so much more than I was able to access at that state, and I just admired her because I felt like that was her job, to help people on the other side, to help, for example, dead people or some people that have just entered non-physical plane. And yeah, she told me a lot, but what I remember now was a lot about already what I shared on my last video. But basically she said that yes, you have your astral self, your astral life, but it is completely different experience than the physical life. In the physical dimension, Tina can think that, oh, this is what it is like in the astrals, but that's not exactly how it is, because in the physical you can only understand your brain's interpretation of the higher dimension, and your brain is not exactly capable of understanding the higher dimension. All people's perspectives on higher dimensional life are distorted in the physical time-space reality because it is incomprehensible from this perspective. So you only understand a higher dimension in the higher dimension. But your physical life has a purpose and a meaning, and you should focus on that. You should respect your life, and you should really, focus on it, because after your lifetime you get to be in the astrals as long as you like. I get that fully. But this woman said that we are going to meet again. She will teach me more when I'm ready for that. But I'm grateful to get to be here on the physical level at this time. I'm grateful to get to be here with you. Thank you for being here. Dear ones, I love you. I love you truly. I'm grateful for your open mind. I'm grateful for your open heart. I'm grateful for you. You. Being you. See you soon in another version of the now on this plane of existence, or perhaps on some other plane. Namaste.